Hello, hello, Instagram, and also hello, Facebook Live on my page, Calvano Coaching. And this is the Let's Ask the Angels on Blog Talk Radio. I'm going to be broadcasting right now at 7 o'clock on Friday. Normally I'm here on Saturdays. Hello everyone, this is Barbara Calvano and welcome to my Friday edition of Let's Ask the Angels on Blog Talk Radio. So it's been a while and I'm going to take my headphones off because I can just speak and be here present for Instagram Live and Facebook Live. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to be doing the readings for July, and I haven't been here for a while. And one of the reasons is the angels guided me to take a break. And if you are listening and waiting, great, thank you. If you read the description on today's show, I'm not doing readings. I'm not giving angel readings, and I have been doing this show since 2012, and I've given lots and lots and lots of readings and for free. And I started this show because I wanted people to understand what it's like to connect with your angels. And I thought that it was really important. And I see all the calls dropping off because people just want free. And when the COVID hit, some of my other resources, I'm an actor also, and those jobs dried up. And what I saw was that I'm not willing to do this for free. So I'm going to be doing maybe a monthly show, and I may be doing some readings here on Instagram Live at Calvano or at my Facebook page, which is Calvano Coaching. And I do have a special right now. It's usually $150, but it's $64 for the month of July for readings. Like I just said, I'm also an actor, and I was getting a lot of money from those jobs, and those dried up. So I been giving readings for 8 years, and I wanted to help people to learn themselves how to connect with angels. And if I didn't inspire you to do that, then I didn't do my job. This was about you, the listener, wanting a desire to pick up a deck of oracle cards, learn how to develop your own intuition, and to really experience the exquisite quality of being guided by the innate. And see, I see all my calls dropping off the radio show. And you know what? I am fine with that, because I'm here to give you information and mostly to empower you. What we're going through right now in the world with COVID, and then the next level was with freedom and the shared equality for Black lives. And now we're in the third part, which is almost like a reaction phase. And this phase of rebuilding and healing is going to take a long time. And if you don't have a toolbox, it's going to be more difficult for you. That's all I got to say. I've been saying that for 8 years. And that I can share information for you if you want other readers or other teachers to study with. But for the most part, this is the time for each and every one of us to dig deep and to look at those lessons that have been calling at us for the past almost 10 years. And it's time to face them. I've had several people that wanted readings, but I was not willing to do them because they were handling the same issues with family, blaming family for things, blaming the world for things, blaming. And that's not what I do. I help you to connect with your angels, to empower you, to do those things you know that you're ready to do. So what do I mean by all this? It's a time for people to seek counseling, therapy, 12-step programs, anything that you've been avoiding for all these 10 years. Because we are in a very, very, if you've not seen it already, difficult phase in the world. You're going to be feeling feelings 1,000 times more intense than you've ever done before. It's not an easy time, and it's probably not going to get that much better. So I'm not going to white lie it. I'm not going to gaslight it with you. And just by praying will make a big difference. but it has never been a time for more action in our whole history of the world. So, what am I getting to? Many of you have already been giving the messages of what to do. You've been giving the messages of what to take out of your diet, whether it's recreational drugs or alcohol or relationships or jobs that no longer serve you. You've been complaining for at least 10 years. So it's a time of great change, not only in our government and all the things, our medical systems and everything, in our personal lives. And that's where you will find your empowerment, and that's where the angels can help you also. So I was looking at how I may do this radio show or not, because I'm not just going to be giving you what you think you need to hear. If anything, I want to empower you to go ahead and take those actions on those things you've already heard. You've received the messages, but many of us don't want it to be that simple. We don't want to face the fact that some of our family members are not going to change. They're not. As so with some government situations and world situations. So we need to find and trust our intuition on what to do. And it's a time of turmoil. It's a time of unrest. It's a time of rebuilding. And number one thing you can do is take care of yourself. Self-care. If you don't have self-care in your life, you've really lost the battle. If you allow yourself to be overcome by fear, you already lost the battle. It is, I don't like using the word of battle of light and dark, but there's something like that going on. Now, what I can assure you is this. We are in a transition for an incredible new world. And it's something that I don't go down conspiracy theories, so you're not going to hear that here. That's another reason why I stopped the show for a while. Not willing to take calls or have people visit me on Facebook and tell me what their conspiracy ideas are. Not interested. The best theory you and I can handle and go with is one that empowers us. If you go down a tunnel of ideas that make you more fearful, more worried and anxious, probably not a good energy. So it is a time to really find that energy, learn to trust it, learn to develop it. It is your time to really up-level all those skills you've been thinking about, you've been taking courses on. It's time. So, I went through a lot of personal things in the past couple of years. I did a lot of healing, and I used acupuncture, chiropractic, and I also used the powerful essential oils that each oil on a specific acupressure point can open up whole levels of energy and insight. I mean, it's way more than just something that smells good. So I've been working really diligently on my own personal healing, and it's been great. And it's not been easy, and I've been able to deal with the death of two of my pets. One died in my presence, my 18-year-old cat, and another one got hit by a car. And the sadness and the grieving in conjunction with other things that's going on in the world, we all have our bag right now. So whatever you're going through is perfect. It is exactly what you're supposed to be going through. Number one key is to be as present and sober and conscious of what you're going through. It is way more important to understand the connection of how you feel it in your body versus just your head. Because what we're doing is we're really moving into balancing that feminine and masculine side. We're healing all the masculine energies, and we're also, that's what we're doing. So there's no easy answer. I'm not going to go down a tunnel, again, of conspiracy theories. There's so many other YouTube channels and radio shows that will talk about that. Not interested. I'm interested in what brings you joy. What is going to help you heal those parts of you so that when your energy vortex enters the world, you are as whole and complete as you can be. Are you willing to face those dark sides? I started doing the work in 1981, so back when I was 28. I'm 66 years old. I've been doing the work. Hours and hours and hours of transformation, healing. And now I can see the rewards of that, and I also can see there's deeper levels. So this summer, I'm in some leadership courses, like a summer school for my doTERRA business, which helps me with all areas of my life. I'm constantly learning, training, and constantly also doing my own inner work. I'm telling you, that's what's needed for each and every one of you. There is no easy answer. And I gotta say this, if you still want to go to a reader and complain about your job or complain about someone in your family or complain, no pass. Where can we be responsible? But that maybe we don't have the guts to say fuck off. Yeah, I said that. Just say out. Leave a job that's toxic. Do whatever you can to make those changes, because nobody, and I don't need to take you as a client and take your money over and over again to tell you the same thing. That's another thing I'm not willing to do. Just not. Other people will do that. I won't. There are probably 3 things that each and every one of us can do. 3 things to totally impact the quality and our ability to be peaceful right now. Number 1 is take care of yourself. Be selfish with your self-care. What is it that you need? Sleep. What quality of foods? What do you need to change? Do you complain too much? Do you worry too much? Do you gossip? Any of these qualities just don't work. Do you need the help of an outside support? A counselor, a coach, a therapist? I'm telling you people, now's the time. I talked to family members and they were worried about me in New York City. Well, I'm not numb, I'm taking actions. I'm conscious and aware of all the feelings and things that are happening around me. But I'm not to the point where I'm frozen with fear, frozen with anger, or any of those emotions. I really deal with them on a day-to-day basis. And one of the ways I do it is with my oracle card readings I give myself, or I diffuse a particular essential oil, or I use these oils. And I try to eat right. I try to do the things that are going to help me keep my energy vortex in a high vibration. So I'm going to be doing an angel circle that's coming soon with advanced techniques on energy up-leveling, energy clearing, connecting with the archangels, but only for people who are really interested in angels and archangels. And that is not for everyone. It is for people who understand that when you work with particular archangels, you're actually connecting with a vibration. It is vibrational healing at its highest point, and taking full responsibility of how we can do that. So today's reading, I'm using the Sacred Rebels Oracle by Elena Fairchild and the Crystal Mandala Oracle also by Elena Fairchild. I highly recommend any of her decks. And it's a great way to learn how to connect to your intuition. That's what we're going to need. Can you imagine if the internet goes out or something like that? It could very well happen. How good are you going to be in a quarantine like that? My coach back in 2002, he was asking me that, trying to teach me how to be psychic in case there would ever be a time without cell phones. Do you know that your body can produce vitamins and minerals and things that it needs? Your body can increase its immune system. These are things that I've been practicing at least for 20 years. And now's the time. We may need resources. Each and every one of us has a different way of responding to what's going on. So for some of you, going down the conspiracy theory tunnel may be what you need. Someone else may need another tunnel of anxiety and fear. So each of us are going to be different. I'm not going to get on the air and say, we all must just do this. We all must just do that. It's really important that we each find how are we responding to what's going on in the world, and be able to be honest about it. If you know that you tend to be in severe terror, immobilized, paralyzed with fear, you might need to get some help. If you're frustrated one more day, one more month with that job, you might really want to look at what can you do to change that situation. Or you're tired of being single. It's not easy to date right now in the time of COVID, but people are doing that through all kinds of Zoom opportunities. So it is a time to be empowered in a way you've never even imagined you could be empowered. And second thing, after taking care of yourself, move your body, do something. Way, way, way more important than getting cerebral linear information. Move your body, because that will help release the energies. Move the energies. It doesn't have to be a marathon training. I'm walking 1 hour 3 days a week, and I started bicycling again with my husband here in New York City, which it's kind of scary, but it's exhilarating, and it wakes up all kinds of neurons in your brain. So do things that'll wake you up, that are scary, that are intimidating, and take responsibility for your energy, because people, it's not going to go away and get better next month. Think about at least 6 months, maybe 1 year before we could expect things to get normal. So how do we ride out something there that's not comfortable? Got to take care of your energy, because when you take care of your energy, you can be comfortable with anything going on around you. All right, I will have an angel circle, and you'll be able to sign up here on Instagram, Facebook, and at my website at Calvano Coaching. And for the most part, it will be free, or it might be pay what you can type of thing. So here are your cards that I was guided to share with you. The very first one is free from judgment, free from love. And what this is about is, for many of us, in this time of upset, time of deep change and transition, uncertainty, we often go back to the times in our life where we wanted to feel certain, and that was probably with our mother and father. And if it wasn't great for many of us, they did the best they could. But if it wasn't great, we're feeling that. We're feeling a mirror of when we first felt that feeling that we're not protected, things are not safe. And so if we're able to forgive, look back at those people, parents, that maybe they didn't do the best that they could. I mean, they did the best that they could, but maybe it wasn't great. Maybe it just really wasn't great. We can tell the truth about it. Some of us may want to confront them before they pass on. They may say something, they may say not. It's not about getting what we want, but it's about having the ability to say, I need to face something that I know deep inside has been bothering me forever with my family, with my parents. So being able to be free from judgment, we're going to be able to be free to love. Free to love who? Free to love ourselves. Got to love ourselves first before we can attract somebody who will love us. Many of us want to meet that partner, but who's going to love someone if you don't love yourself? Is it going to be perfect that you love yourself? Hell no. But can we at least admit that, hey, I really don't like myself as much as I pretend to? It's time. It's a time of great, deep inquiry. It's a time of transformation, and not just the systems around us. It's all a reflection of the systems within us. So that's the first card. The second card is this. Release the dark wound. Again, let love live. Now, the deep wounds can be anything that we know we personally went through, most often in this lifetime, and maybe even in past lives. But we know things that happened. Some of us have faced it in therapy and counseling and coaching programs. But it's time to release the dark wound. Will we get a complete reparation or healing from the people that did it to us? 99% chance, no. No. Again, people did the best they could, and if we focus on that, we lose. We keep that dark wound, and we cannot let our love live. When I can accept things that had happened to me as a child, finally, fully, and know that I'm not going to get the kind of response I could from the people who did it to me, I got to move on. And that was hard for a while, but what I saw was that, yes, things happened, and yes, I choose to move on and help others, perhaps, who went through what I went through. So like this fish that's being let go, we just get to swim away. Again, what we're going through since March with COVID, and then the whole racial unrest, having us see and feel things intensely, often is mirroring what's going on inside of us. So it's a great opportunity to bring it up, heal it, and if necessary with the aid of a professional right now, okay, friends? And then the third card is this, visions of a life beyond death. Who wants to really talk about death? Nobody. Though a lot of people have died recently. And a lot more will die, either from COVID or just the nature of life itself. But if we can get in touch with that vision that we had of our life, what did we want? Did we want a world of peace? Did we want a world that works for everyone? Did we want equality and justice? Did we want fair pay for everyone? Health care for everyone? Those dreams that we may have had as a child. I know I had them. I had them forever. And what is necessary right now is to hold on to that vision. And then you'll know what actions you need to take. What actions you need to take. Where you want to put your energies. Taking that time to have those visions of a life beyond death. We're all going to leave the planet at one point. If you have any feelings of wanting to do that sooner, maybe see a therapist or a counselor. I had that 31 years ago. I got really depressed right after I got married and I didn't know what was going on. I was like clueless. Why was this depression hitting me? I just married the best guy in the world. Honest, he had a great job. What was going on? And my therapist ended up telling me that I needed to stop drinking alcohol because it was making me depressed and making me feel like my life wasn't worth anything. It brought up all the feelings of unworthiness and perfectionism. So I followed her direction, did that, my life changed. So some of you may need to give up something that you've been addicted to, like a crutch. Like when things get really bad, you need something to numb the pain. Essential oils are great because there's no side effects. So just to let you know that. But it's time to be able to tell the truth. Now, maybe you did quit something, but you never healed from it. I know a lot of people who quit hardcore drugs, but never went for any 12-step program or didn't go to therapy to heal what was behind the addiction to those drugs. So what's happening right now is our wounds are like, coming up to be looked at. And how do we respond? By being melancholy and like wanting to shut down, or just thinking about looking at the news, or really connecting to the mass consciousness of fear and anger and what's the other word that came up recently that I saw? Not wound, but doom. Doom. There's a cloud of doom right now. How do I counter it? I go out into nature as much as possible. I look at the beautiful flowers and I let those colors, because each color has a particular vibration, I bring that into my body. I use the essential oils to like shift my mood. And I also allow myself to get coached by people who have done things that I haven't done yet, that even at my age, I still want to learn. So it's not too late to learn something new. This is a great time. So those are those messages from the sacred, what is it called? Sacred Rebels, in which I hope that you all are getting in touch with that rebel that's inside of you. The rebel wants to be part of changing the world. The rebel in us is willing to say, I'm not willing to look at this anymore. I'm not willing to have this. I want to participate in shifting and changing it. And again, I am not part of any black or white conspiracy theory about what's really going on, I don't have the time or energy for that. I might have done that 30 years ago. One of the things I really learned how to do is conserve my energy. And I really put that to you guys. Save your energy for those things that will bring you some joy, bring you some energy. Really, it's time to like put yourself away from people, places, and things that are draining you, or even bringing some negativity into your life. Now, we can't point a finger and blame them. We have to use our voice and say, no, I'm not available. I'm not available for that conversation anymore of your complaints. Yeah, with family and friends, this is the time of the great awakening, not only for the world, but for each and every one of us. This is the time. So the other card I pulled was from the Crystal Mandala Oracle. And instead of reading it so much right now, I'm just going to share with you what I got. Spear of the Guru Mother. Goddess Durga, and hematite is the crystal. And if some of you know, this beautiful hematite is a great crystal to wear to deflect negative energy. Okay? And again, in my angel circle, I'm going to teach you some of the new techniques that I've been studying about how to, new ways to cut cords and new ways to create that bubble of light and new ways to connect to Gaia, your earth star beneath your feet, connecting to that great energy that's way below our feet, that when we're so connected, we feel strong like a tree and we can withstand anything. So here we go, the Spear of Guru Mother. And I'm actually going to read this part. So here what it says is, we bring you the empowerment of the Spear of the Guru Mother. Sometimes there's so much choice that we struggle to, no, I'm just not going to read it. There's so much going on in the world, so many thoughts we have, so many directions we can go. And when we've been gifted with the spear, think of it, it's like an arrow, but we're given the spear, which is like direct energy to focus on what we need to focus on. So maybe you don't know right now in this moment, but if you just be with the spear of this Guru Mother, and I like that it's mother again, we're really getting emphasis on powerful mother energy. If we did not have that with our original mother, no problems. We can find it with our ascended masters, our archangels, Mother Mary, who's for everyone, regardless of your spiritual background. But we're being given this powerful energy so that we can focus on what we need to focus on. And again, I'm being so guided to say, focus on the light. Focus on that there is a great awakening happening, but try not to focus too much on who's doing what to who, and this conspiracy is happening, and you better do this, and don't do that because this or that. And you know, I wear a mask. I don't wear a mask out of fear. I wear a mask out of kindness. I wear a mask to create civility with people. To me, it's not a big deal. If I'm not around people, I pull it off so I can breathe better. It's not a big deal for me. But for some people, it's a statement. And I'm not going to go into what that is right now. Not a big deal. Don't make things a big deal right now. The vaccination thing, that conspiracy theory that people are going to do, I'm not making it a big deal for me. Don't make anything outside of your scope right now a big deal, unless that is your activism. Maybe it is your personal activism. Vaccinations or not. Healthcare or not. Politics or not. Be true to yourself. Go find that one thing. And I'm going to say, for many of you who come in my aura and come in my midst, many of you are light workers that have been waiting to pop, waiting to come out of the closet. And instead of going to somebody else's teachings and programs, take a look at what you know about yourself. I'm going to say you're ready. You're ready. Get that one book or talk to someone who you feel that could help you with it. But it's time for you to let those psychic abilities, those healing abilities fly. It is not a time to focus on crap that you have no ability to change. And that's mostly with people and family members. We love them, but it's a great distraction from your personal purpose, your divine purpose in life. And for many of you, I know that your purpose is to leave this world a better place. And for you to be able to create a livelihood, earn a living that is something that you love. Many of you have been given talents, abilities from God, Goddess, whoever, that in this lifetime come so easily to you. Why do they come so easily? Because you've done it before. You've been a healer, you've been an artist, you've been a writer, you've been any of these things. So it's a matter of saying yes yes, yes. So in the morning when you get up, just say yes to the world. If you need to do something that we learned in 12-step program, get on your knees and say, thank you that I'm alive today, and help me be sober. Help me reach for things that empower me. Help me have the thoughts that empower me. And help me get help if I'm lying that I'm suffering right now. Help me reach out if I'm suffering and struggling and I'm sick and tired and I do not want to go through. You know, many of you will go through this pandemic, come out on the other side, and have the same freaking problems that you started with. You and I are being given the opportunity to transform the whole freaking thing. The whole thing. That's what we're being given the opportunity. And so the angels are going to be louder, the archangels are going to be louder, techniques for connecting with them are more powerful than ever, and techniques for connecting with the dark side, more powerful than ever. That doom, yep, coming in strong, more powerful than ever. That pull to get intoxicated, inebriated, depressed, numb, stronger than ever. So, time to wake up. Choose. That is the main thing that we're being given the opportunity to do. Choose. What do you want? I had a client who couldn't even ask a question. I said, if you want a reading with me, you have to be able to ask some questions. It takes courage to say what your question is. So between you and in your prayers to your angels and connecting today, what is your question? Because they're listening. It took me years to figure this out. So if you feel like you're being put upon, I apologize. It took me years to figure out, oh, I'm not asking the right questions. I'm just going through life. This happened to me. This happened to me. This family member said this. Then I got sick. Then this happened. We know, like this leaf being blown in one direction to the next. Until I finally, after taking some coaching and putting my money in places that could support me. Like, I don't own a lot of stuff. I had put all my resources into personal development. That's what I did. That's what I did. So happy that I did. So, choice. You and I have choice in the matter of our lives. When I got that, whoa, I started choosing better. I said, hell, I can choose a great partner versus bumping into and putting up with ones that were just showing up in my life. Now I'm increasing my ability to choose great business partners for doTERRA. I get to choose great people who want to work with me and learn about the oils. It's not about what just shows up. So you and I have the ability of choice. You want to feel better? Take responsibility for the choices you made in the past that maybe weren't great. It took me a while to do that. You know, the angels were always around me, protecting me. So protecting me. And I didn't even know or call them angels. I went through so many things in my life. And a lot of it was kind of like a reaction to the abuse that I had happened to me as a young child. A lot of it I suppressed. I didn't remember. It was a good thing. I left my body because it was too intense. 40 years later, I'd start remembering things. We all have something. We all have something that we're working with. But the good news is you can heal it if you reveal it, you share it, and commit to new practices. Someone asked me, they wanted to increase their abundance because a lot of people were getting money from COVID. I said, well, I don't know your circumstances. Were you able to file for unemployment? Did you check the website? Maybe there was a message you didn't see that you needed to address to give them more information. How aware and conscious and peaceful were you as you looked at all the details and information that could be available to you? If you're in pure reaction, you're going to miss everything. You're going to miss it all. So don't be jealous of what somebody else has. Take assessment to what's in front of you because this is it. What you got is what you got. Your situation is the one that you helped put yourself into. Now, you love it? Great. You don't like it? Time to make adjustments. Best way to do that, seek somebody who's done it before. I would not advise just reading a book. Get into communication with people who show up in your life and said, hey, I went through addiction. I went through eating disorder. I went through having body dysmorphia. What does that mean? As a dancer, I was forever too fat. So no matter how much I starved myself, that was it. I didn't know that was a real medical issue. I just thought I'm really, really messed up. No, I had this issue since I was a child. It was never, I was always fat every time I look in the mirror. And then one day I got help, and now I throw out my scale, and I eat healthy, and I eat ice cream, and I work out. Check that off. It's not an issue for me. But I faced all the severe, excruciating shame and guilt about that whole part of my life as a dancer and as a gymnast. So each of us has something. Each of us has something. Time of COVID, this time of imbalance that has showed up in the planet is the mirror of our own personal imbalance. And working and connecting with the archangels and angels, learning about the 12 chakras, I'm teaching and studying about being part of Atlantis and how that's actually kind of what's happening right now in the world. I'm not going to go too much into it, but know that the shift has already happened. The shift in terms of 5D, meaning everyone's heart has been opened. So many of us feel that joy, but many of us feel that sadness of unaddressed emotion that's in the heart. And that's part of the healing. If you're in what's called 3D, you're still in reaction. Everything is heavy reaction, 3D, and blame, and I'm a victim. And that's an energetic place. When you move to the fourth dimension, you know that you have a choice. You know that you got a choice, but you might start saying, why do I keep choosing suffering? Often it's addiction. Nobody likes that world today. Everything is ascension or this or that, but nobody wants to be called an addict. Hell no. Especially a food addict, an alcohol addict, a pothead, drug addict. Some of the most blissful, free people I know are the ones who accepted it, found a tribe amongst others who healed the same thing. The energetic healing that came from being a group of going through similar issues is mind-blowing and so freeing. So freeing. And you don't find that in a book. You find that being with other human beings who have suffered the same shame, the same struggles. So that's why that is your message for July. I'm not taking calls today, and I don't know when I'll be doing free readings again. I'm much more interested in training and teaching you advanced levels of working with the angels, archangels, Atlantean healing techniques. That's where I'm at. If you want angel card readings, I might do it. I do have that special, but it's really for people who already know that they connect with divine energy and love it. It's not about me telling you that there's something wrong with your brother who wants to help take over your inheritance. No. That is not me. I am so bored with that. No, I'm not really bored. I apologize for that. It's just I can't help you. I cannot help you with things that you need therapy for. And there are other types of healers who say they can do this or that, but I tend to think if it's still in your physical body and you're not moving that energy out, and you need to do way more than just sway your hips. I'm sorry, people. You need cardio. You need some, muscle weight building. You need to move your body like it's meant to move so that energy can just leave. So that's all I have to say today. I hope it's made a difference. I am so committed that people find their joy. People find their access to what's happening right now. Everyone's shifted. There's not one person on this planet whose heart has not opened into the fifth dimension. What's now happening is all the resistance to that much joy, that much lightness. So, darkness, personal darkness, everything that is not, people hate the words love and light. But there is an incredible amount of shift existing right now. But you're not going to feel it if you're resisting your own darkness. And I can attest, I did not heal that shit by myself. Not with a book. It was when I put myself in the presence of other human beings that I shifted tremendous amount of suffering and struggle. It's with other people. Because what you find out is that you're not alone. And that is the most incredible sense of love and mothering, and not just like one experience, but really getting that this need to fill that void within us is a human being thing. It's a human being thing. We need to do something, change us, just alter something in order to be okay with where we're at right now. Versus, hell, man, just right now in this moment, everything is okay. Even with all that's going on in the government and the world and whatnot in this moment, if you can find that peace, that sense that everything is okay, try to create more moments like that, So I love and appreciate you. Thank you all who stayed on and stay connected to my blog talk page or Instagram or my B. Calvano coaching on Facebook to know what's coming up next. I don't even know. I am also redesigning and rebuilding my art studio. I've got some healing paintings and I've got big canvases again. And I'm so excited about creating and instilling that Reiki healing, Atlantean healing energy into my paintings and also writing. So I'm having a ball doing that. And it takes a lot of time, I'm just, like I said, putting new shelves, reorganizing drawings that I've had for the past many 30 years, hundreds of drawings in different portfolios. So I've got a lot that I'm doing and it's keeping me occupied. I love you and appreciate you. And thank you for being with me today. Okay, how do I turn this off? Oh, I was trying to use my mouse.